The Nordia is loading in Bergen, bound for the Netherlands. It's one of a growing number of roll-on, roll-off vessels connecting ports around the North Sea. In 2004, Sea Cargo, the company that owns and operates the Nordia, became a private sector partner in an Interreg IVB project called NMC, the Northern Maritime Corridor, designed to encourage businesses to ship their goods by sea and rail rather than by road. Sea Cargo didn't gain anything financially out of its involvement in the Interreg project, but found it useful nonetheless.
I think in a macro perspective it's important to have people who worked on the agenda trying to move cargo from land, till rail and sea, which is what we all want in the end environmentally. And they've been useful putting that on the agenda, meeting people, meeting clients, customers who then get to talk about this as a potential.
I think the cooperation we've had with the private sector has been successful because they have gained from it. So in the overall aspect, we feel that we have achieved quite a bit of what we have asked for and thought of.
Integrating private sector companies into publicly funded programs like the North Sea Region programme has always been tricky. Under EU rules, participants have to forego any financial reward or competitive advantage and share the benefits of any outcomes with their competitors.
I think one of the things that we have been concerned about is that there isn't somehow private money just coming in and replacing public money which should have been there. We don't want that to happen. We want the same levels of investment, commitment, if you like, from the regions and municipalities and so on to continue. And maybe that's one of the reasons that we've been perhaps a little bit too much putting the emphasis on that and not enough about being able to facilitate the private sector.
Another Interreg IVB project which managed to attract and successfully integrate private sector partners was Power. It brought together a wide range of companies involved in the design, construction and management of wind farms. The process encouraged businesses which might otherwise have been competitors to work together with governments and academic researchers. The result was the creation of a network of expertise and enterprise which has led to major transnational commercial ventures.
It is very fruitful cooperation in the Power project, and it shows that these kind of regional initiatives can really support the technological development.
It's a good point of contact for them to learn about us and for us to learn who they are and what their plans are, and to discuss whether we can fit in and what supports we can give.
What we do is that we create framework conditions, really. We have the private sector stakeholders being part of the projects, but without claiming private ownership to the project results, and being prepared to share their experience with the rest of the population.
Managing a government-based Interreg project with private sector stakeholders is not easy. Experienced IIIB project manager Philip Muris describes it as the collision of different worldviews. He has particular concerns about consultants.
I have a mixed feeling about consultants. If you involve them as a regional partner, because they take a lot of work out of your hand, because you can't do the administrative financial work or you need some specific expertise, I'm very happy about it because it will allow the partner to participate fully in the project. If a consultant, on the other hand, replaces the government partner, also at the international meetings, I have a problem with that.
There is a lot of potential for frustration, and the first thing is just to sit back and to relax. And the very first thing and most important one is that you understand that somebody else has positive intentions as well.
Michael Braungart is a consultant, an academic and a businessman based in Germany. A recent book he co-authored, Cradle to Cradle, has inspired an Interreg IVB project now underway. He says consultants need to recognize they are only one element in the project mix and not necessarily the most important one.
You don't need to be the big person who knows everything. And it's key to be humble and to say, look, this is what I can put on the table, and this is where I have some limitations as well.
Project leaders point out that the organisational and financial muscle that private enterprise can bring to bear on a short-lived Interreg project often ensures its survival long after the funding runs out. Despite the challenges, European Commission staff tasked with overseeing regional development programmes would like to see more involvement of private companies in 4B projects.
From the private sector you're going to get the best ideas, it's from the private sector you're going to get those best marketed. I think it's very important that they're in there actually saying what suits them, what they want and so on.
Working directly together with the private industry and facilitating their cooperation with other private sector actors is also to have a focus on more permanent organizations.